Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. Angie here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you briefly about the time frames that you can see on the forex chart. So this video is going to be for beginner traders who are still struggling in the market, who are still acquiring more information about how the market works. Now there are lots of time frames in the market, and as you can see, we have the 1 second time frame, even you have the minute time frames, you have the hourly time frame, you have the daily time frame, and yeah, so we have up to even 12-month time frame and a 1 second time frame. And this is to say that each candlestick represents the time frame. So here we are on the daily time frame, and so it means that one candlestick represents 1 day. So out of all the confirmations you need before you take a trade, as a trader, it is also advisable that you have to look at your time frames, or you have to do your time frame analysis before you take a trade, or it should also be part of the confirmations you use to take a trade. Now, depending on the kind of trader you are, whether you are a scalper or day trader, and here the scalper would be comfortable trading in the 5-minute time frame, or the 15 minutes, or the 30-minute time frame. That's the lower time frames. So we have the lower time frames and we have the higher time frames. I consider the higher time frames as the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly time frames. And the lower time frames are the hourly time frames, the 30-minute time frames, and the 15 minutes, the 5 minutes, and the rest. So depending on the type of trader you are, whether you're a scalper or a day trader, you'll still need to look at the higher time frames before you trade on the lower time frames. So if you're a day trader and you are okay taking your trades in the hourly time frames, then you can look at the weekly time frame and then scale it down to the 4-hour time frame, and then to the hour time frame, to give you an idea as to how you should trade. Now, the reason why it is important that you have to do your time frame analysis is because you want to trade in the direction of the trend all the time. And so you can only know the direction of the trend when you look at the higher time frames. Now, you've always heard that you should trade in the direction of the trend. The trend is your friend, and not to trade against the direction of the trend, because you don't know whether the trading against the direction of the trend is going to be a retracement, and hence you don't know where the extent to which the trade will go. But when you trade in the direction of your trend, you are assured that you can get some substantial profits. And so let's see, for this, you can see that the GBP USD on the daily time frame is in an uptrend. If you scale it down to the 1-hour time frame, or let's say the 4-hour time frame, you can see that it is also in an uptrend. So what you should be looking out for is to trade an uptrend, or to go long on the trade. Now, secondly, it is important for you to do your time frame analysis, because most of the time there is an area of value that you need to take notice of, and that area of value is always seen on the higher time frame, let's say the daily time frame or the weekly time frame. And so if you don't take notice of that area of value, I'm going to show it to you very briefly. If you don't take notice of that area of value, you are going to be trading in hindsight. So let's go back to the daily time frame. And so on the daily time frame, you can realize that the cable is in an uptrend. And you may think that with such a big bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, the trend is going to go on a downtrend. But as you can see, it is respecting the trend line. So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame and see something. So here you can see that there is a very choppy candlesticks area somewhere here, and it broke and it retested. So you may think that it's going to go on a downtrend, but as you can see, it is trying to form a double button shape right here. And so this is to say that it is going to go up. And so if you don't take notice of, or if you don't look at the higher time frame to realize that there is a trend line here and it might respect the trend line, you may try to trade downwards, or you may try to sell and the trade will go against you. Yeah, so this is just a little I have to say about time frames. It is always good to look at the higher time frame, the daily time frame especially, and scale it down to the hourly time frame, or to the 4-hour time frame, or to whatever time frame you feel comfortable trading in. And you have to remember that the higher the time frame, the higher the probability that the trade setup that you are looking at will go in your favor. Yeah, and also the farther it will go. So I've come to the end of my video. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe, please like, please share. And yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.